know, if you're renovating, it pays to keep an eye on trends and see what works for other people.
Inspiration can come from absolutely anywhere. It might be a tile, a design technique or a kitchen layout. You can get a pocket full of ideas everywhere you look.
I'll tell you, I hope you have plenty of storage on that phone, because this home, carved into the hills outside of Adelaide, is a stunning example of design and ingenuity.
Inspiration!
Let's go back to that no place like home used to be.
Whether your home is grand or humble, if you're trying to come up with a new design, it's always best to think of one strong, simple idea. Here, it's all about this arcing, curving wall.
It's funny, when you think of curves, you normally think of softness, but this is so austere, Pete. It's almost like a castle.
Yeah, but this castle's trying to embrace us rather than turn us away. Now, there's only one entry, like all good castles. We need to charge that doorway.
Well, from medieval design
To a Japanese garden. What an entry sequence.
Wow, Pete, so often we walk into big open-plan, white-walled homes. This is dark, it's moody, it's so dramatic.
Well, this is different. This is a home that's celebrating the power and intimacy of a dark space. Now, we've penetrated the castle wall.
Speaking of that castle wall, what about this? It's Mintaro slate, which is a South Australian slate. This is not a veneer. This is rock solid. I mean, this is artisans at work.
And it's complemented by this beautiful dark concrete floor. Now, great design is getting the balance right, whether it be complementing materials, getting the balance in scale right. But in a dark space like this, you have to get the balance of the 4 key light sources correct. From the ambient lighting highlighting the slate above the entrance,
which is enhanced by these 2 over-the-top fireplaces. Obviously, you've got the light from the fire as well as the warmth, but also a great focal point at both ends of the room.
Oh, such a warm glow. The task lighting, which is picking up the feature artwork in the room, along with the featured light above the dining room table.
And the light supplied by Mother Nature herself.
The most important of all.
Now, it is open plan, obviously, dining and lounge room in here, but they have made a conscious decision to actually keep the kitchen separate.
So although it's a modern home, it's layered in some traditional design principles. So while you check out that kitchen, I've got an art gallery to check out.
You don't get to say that very often. Even though they've separated the kitchen, it doesn't mean that there is any less attention to detail in here. The monochromatic colour scheme has continued. All the drama in here, though, provided by this Arabescata Italian marble. And what about this? A Leconte custom-made oven that's been shipped out here from France along with the exhaust. There's a beautiful area both inside and out that you can sit in the sunlight for a more casual dining option. There is a fantastic library of cookbooks through to a pantry and a butler's pantry that, believe me, are well worth a look. At this end of the home, there is also a magnificent bathroom, a home study and a garage. To be honest, forget a bedroom, I could live in this end of the house.
On the other side of the main living area, in behind that external curved wall, we're left with this beautiful circulation space. Well, it's an art gallery, and it's linking a series of 5 bedrooms, each with access to their own ensuite. Now, if you think about using a curve, be careful. They're more expensive to create than right angles, and they can be difficult to furnish, but architects love them. You make these big sweeping gestures, but then the builder has to actually put it together. Here, a surveyor had to come out and mark out every metre. The builder then joined the dots, rendering the curve smooth. Look, using a curve is a bit like adding a chili to a recipe. It can add a lot of flavour, but can overpower the entire design if not done correctly. While the communal spaces are dark and brooding, the private spaces are full of light. None more so than this spectacular master bedroom. And the main feature is, what do you think of this? Tinted green glass mirror reflecting the bush outside. It's very calming.
Do you know what? I can definitely vouch for that. I mean, I've been sitting here just enjoying the view out here, but also you look back this way, you still don't miss out on anything. It's funny, a big bank of windows like that. I mean, we are up in the Adelaide Hills. You can have pretty cold winters. You'd normally be worried about heat escaping, but they actually work as insulation. It's got double glazing with argon gas in between it, which means that it actually filters both the light and the heat, depending on the season. season. And as far as heating throughout the house, they've gone for hydronic heating, so very cost effective.
It's a thermally stable house and very practically planned as well. Behind this mirrored glass, we've got the walk-in robe leading onto this very extravagant ensuite decorated with these different shades of green tiles, all lit up by natural lighting from overhead. Can I get you a cup of tea?
Sorry, I'm just dreaming I'm the lady of the house right now. White with one. Yeah, figured I owed you.
Ah, thanks, Griggsy. Very nice. Hey, look, ultimately, I think this is a very, very simple home and design inspired by the angle of that hill. And that's its strength.
Yeah, it also has a pool, and a lot of people would have been tempted to put the pool straight off the house. But the owners actually wanted to feel a bit more like an adventure to reach the pool, like you could pack a picnic and head out for the day. So you now have the pool separated by the pool house and the tennis court.
Hey, not to mention it's bounded by a vineyard.
You honestly feel like you're living in the middle of a resort.
This house combines earth, art, and architecture.
Yeah.
And with that purple lounge, I'm feeling very, very regal, a bit Henry VIII at the moment.
Oh, crikey, should I be worried?
Off the hand.
Oh, yeah, cheers to that.